Hello everybody, I am Charlie Morley, and yes, I am aware I look like Frankie de Jong, and that is thanks to everyone in the United Stand comments telling me this on a continual basis. But in fact, there is one similarity between me and Frankie de Jong, and that is our unbelievable hair. You may have noticed that since I joined the United Stand, my hair has looked even more on point, and that is in fact because Wash and Go have sent me, well, too many bottles of Wash and Go. So before you enjoy this clip, head down into the link in the description, pick yourself up a bottle of Wash and Go today.
More to talk about on the show, but I suppose that's an interesting start from Pure Scott. Is this the worst transfer window we've ever had? No, it's not. Honestly, it's not. But is it a good one? Is it a good one? I think at different stages you feel positivity because we've got a signing in. I'm very excited about Lisandro Martinez. I think many people are excited about Lisandro Martinez. But I don't believe that this transfer window is anywhere near what it should be. And I'd have that conversation with anybody. I think United are, again, labouring under new kits being released and how great training is, and a very positive pre-season tour and spacing out signings that actually should have been done weeks ago. I think we are being manipulated because I think United have to manipulate us, because if they don't manipulate us, the truth will out that this is actually nowhere near the transfer window we would have expected from a club that is trying to close the gap, not on Liverpool and Man City, but on Arsenal and Spurs. So, morning Mark, I loved the Talk Sport show last night. It was a cracker. It was a good one, Mikael Roach. So we're going to start off with this. Ajax have priced Antony out of a move, and Manchester United no longer expect to sign him. This is coming from the Manchester Evening News. It actually goes on to say that a right winger is now no longer seen as a priority. I'm going to give you a very, very quick, early algorithm or rule of thumb, or just a little sentence that basically justifies what that is. That makes it sound like Ajax have priced Antony out of a move. Let's just break it down to what it actually means. Antony desperately wants to come to Manchester United, and his agent has told Ajax that. Erik ten Hag desperately wants Antony to come to Manchester United, and he's told Manchester United that. Ajax want a fair price for him. Manchester United don't want to pay it. Don't blame Ten Hag, don't blame Antony, and don't blame Ajax. This is quite simply the Glazers, Richard Arnold and John Murtagh saying we're not spending that money on that player that you want. That is not backing your manager. Don't care what anybody says. Wrap it up, spray it in perfume, do what you bloody like with it. Put it out in the garden with some sun cream on and get a nice suntan. Give it a pina colada. The reality is, it is what I've just said it is. Player and agent desperately want to come to Manchester United. Ten Hag desperately wants this player because he fits the profile of a winger who's left-footed that we desperately need. Manchester United are saying, no, we're not buying you that player. Manchester United, Glazonomics, we're not buying you that player. And don't tell me it's anything else, because quite simply, that's what it is. Why are we not buying this player? Because we've messed up the transfer window. We only have a limited budget, and now they're saying the money's not there for Antony. I wish I'd been the director of football. I wish you'd been the director of football, because we may not have a CV, but I would not have waited till the middle of July to negotiate with Ajax when they were saying at the end of June, we're not selling you players on the cheap, we've sold enough. We should have been in there with Edwin van der Sar in late May saying we want Antony and Lisandro Martinez, we're going to pay you for them. Can we get these deals agreed in principle? Because we are trying to do another deal and the money's going to come through. But look at what Barcelona have done. Look at how inadequate and amateurish Manchester United are. Barcelona had Rafinha lined up from the end of May. They've had Lewandowski lined up from the middle of May. They've only just signed them in the last week. There is an absolute basic failure at Manchester United to understand the modern transfer market. I was reading about the Lisandro Martinez deal, and that was in jeopardy because Ten Hag really wanted him. United weren't really getting anywhere, and we had to fly over to the Netherlands to speak to Edwin van der Sar and help him get him to sort the deal out. And we still bent over and spent 65 million euros. I absolutely agree with this story from the Manchester Evening News. It was what I feared last night. Player wants to come, agent wants to do the deal. Ajax will do a deal. They just want a good price for him. Ten Hag wants him. United go, no way. God, no. We can't spend that amount of money. We're knackered after the Lisandro Martinez deal. That was hard enough. We can't do that. So a manager, yet again, goes into a new season with a hole in the team because suddenly a left-footed winger, which is absolutely essential, not a priority anymore. It's not a priority. It's because you can't bloody afford it, because the Glazers won't release the money, as per usual. So if you are protesting at the start of the season or at the end of last season or a year ago, remember these things, because we've still got these people in charge who still won't let this club be what it should be, which is competitive at the top level in English football. Forget bloody Europe. We've got no chance. We're not even in the Champions League. We're in the Thursday night Emmerdale Cup. But we won't even be set free to be competitive in the bloody Premier League, because we've got these owners who go, yeah, I know that player wants to come, and I know you've done a load of work preparing that player to come, and I know you really want him, and I know you're a new manager, but I'm really enjoying your training videos. Let's focus on your training videos. I want a winger who's left-footed, who wants to come to this club, that's going to really give us a chance of getting in the top 4. No, let's go back to your training videos. We're selling loads of kits from that. Come on, get on the training ground, Eric. Come on, get us another video where you shout at people. And yeah, it's all great in the short term, but you know what's going to happen next season. Either Sancho or Rashford will get injured, and then we'll be short on the wing. This Anthony should be being bought by Manchester United. I'm not going to sit here on a Monday morning and go, yeah, that's fine. We've been priced out of a move for Anthony. We've not been snubbed by Anthony. Ten Hag hasn't moved on to a different target. Ten Hag wants him. Anthony wants to come, and United have said no. And that's it. And I'm going to move on, because I'm going to get very, very hot on a very hot day. But say it for what it is. I'm very, very, very eager to applaud Manchester United when they do good things. I think appointing Ten Hag was a good thing. I think Lisandro Martinez is going to be a good signing. I think Eriksen's going to be a good signing. But let's not pretend that there aren't massive issues still at that club. And you've got to call it out for what it is. Not many people will. I hope some journalists will. I know there's good people working at Manchester United, but good people does not mean ignorance is not an excuse, basically. I know loads of people who are just ignorant about issues that they know. Well, that's not an excuse. And I'm not going to be ignorant the fact that the Glazers own this football club. He wants players, and they're not bloody getting him for him. And it's in the first season. And we're still locked into this make-believe fantasy that Erik Ten Hag is Harry Potter, and he's going to take a load of players that were shit last year and turn them into Premier League winners. I hope he can. I really do. But when he wants a player and he's not getting it, it's a disgrace. We were a shambles last year, and I'm bloody bored. You're not getting the players you want. You've got to work with what you've got. And just remember that. Remember when you think about last season, remember when you think about losing to Brighton and Palace and how bad we were. Was that completely Rangnick's fault? Was that completely Solskjaer's fault? Or was it actually partly to do, or mainly to do, with players that we're now saying, oh, Ten Hag's trained them, they're going to be good? It's a massive risk, and it's not fair on the manager. It isn't. He wants this player, and he should be getting them. And United at the moment are not delivering anywhere near what they promised to achieve. And I don't know what Richard Arnold was talking about in that pub, because at the end of the day, if you go back to those quotes, absolute nonsense. If next summer is the same transfer-wise and Ten Hag still does well, I can see him being poached by a more professional club, says Michael Neal. With the signings we have in the bag, would you say top 4 is achievable, says HBD? Considering Spurs and Chelsea have a decent transfer market and City and Liverpool almost guaranteed top 4, I'm not optimistic, says HBD. I think that everything to do with Manchester United next season is 100%, and I've said this a few times now, and I know a lot of United fans feel it as well. If we get top 4 next season, it's completely to do with coaching. It's not about signings, it's coaching. And I do think Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez will be good signings, but we needed about half a team. If we get top 4 next season, it will be because of the coach.